I will now demonstrate my makeup application technique for you all. I always had a ton of stuff, and all I needed was a small, easily obtainable package that had all of my favorite items. I'm just showing you what my everyday, all-natural 5-minute look will be like when I don't feel like applying a ton of makeup. By the way, guys, I don't have any concealer or foundation on, so it won't look as perfect unless you do the entire process. I started by just applying moisturizer. I think this is what I do occasionally when I only have 5 minutes and I simply want to look a little more bronzed and sculpted. I therefore alternate between the dark and medium color kits. Although I am aware that this isn't concealer, I use it somewhat as concealer because it's all I actually use. Much like the matte highlighter side, this is exactly what I would do if I were actually stranded and had nothing else except this product. I therefore applied the highlighter all over in a matte manner. I'll then use the lighter color on the medium color stick to just contour my nose. And since it simply shortens your nose and makes it appear adorable, I always do the tip of my nose. And I'll just do it if you want a little more strength. After that, I'll use the medium's darker side and let it sort of run down my cheek. Additionally, I really enjoy going along my hairline since I prefer a short forehead and I like to seem incredibly tan. I know it sounds strange, but simply placing it there will definitely shorten your forehead. I mean, according to my contour theory, I always end up in about a 3. I'll just kind of go down and enjoy this. The 3 begin here and proceed down that path. I'll start by blending my forehead, then I'll use the brush in a circular motion, attempting to go in the 3 first. I'll sort of move down my nose and attempt to mix it with this small kabuki brush because we're already kind of on the dark colors and I haven't really blended the light colors. I simply mix it into my eye in a way. Are you jealous, Mario? The sponge section is where I kind of go next, and I like to wet the sponge a little. I also use my hand all the time. To blend in all of the highlighter, I simply use the sponge side and then I kind of go over it. I just want to make sure everything integrates nicely because there's kind of some residual product. Additionally, I prefer to blend a tiny bit with my fingers because, as you may know, this isn't a concealer or foundation. Rather, it's meant to look dewy and minimally makeup heavy. I then use the excess product on the brush to sort of mix it in everywhere because I don't want it to seem too white. I'll use the lighter color as a lip liner if we're keeping to a single color, like the medium stick. Additionally, it makes your lips appear somewhat larger, so if it's not black enough, I'll like it. You could use the lighter one and kind of mix it in by overlining it a little. It is merely a somewhat bronzy brown hue. After that, I use the darker hue as eyeshadow. I use bronzer as my go-to shadow when I do my own makeup. It offers you a warm feeling that makes you appear more alive. I'll take the highlighter after that. Apply the glittery highlighter down my nose. In the inner corner, go over the lip. Then I apply it to my inner waterline, either the sparkly one or something more matte. Then, depending on how I'm feeling, I'll either apply matte or shimmer to the brow line before simply blending it. I then applied a tiny bit of glitter to my collarbone, as well as down my shoulders at times. Yes, I believe that everyone should have a little glow, so I wanted to add a little sparkle to my cheeks. It's a bit too shiny, so I'm adding a little translucent powder. I simply apply a tiny bit here on my cheeks if I don't think I have enough color. So keep in mind that I have no foundation. I have nothing at all. It simply gets you a little warmer. And when I prepare myself, that's exactly what I do.